so finding that position where you can sit your body up nice and tall. If cross legs not so great for you at the moment, feel free to sit back onto your heels and kneel up. But if you can just bring the shoulders to pull up towards your ears, set them back and roll them down. So taking a deep breath in, breathing out and rolling the shoulders back. And again, pick the shoulders up, breathe in, and breathing out to roll back. And going the other way, hook them forwards and down. Breathing in and out. And again, in and out. And then hands around the front of your knees. And let's just gently pull on back, rounding through your spine. And then drawing the body back on up. Push your fingertips into the floor behind you. And then offer the chest up towards the ceiling. And then let's come on down again. Take the hands around the knees and just gently pull your body back a little. Stretch across the upper back. And then bring the body back on up. Push down into your fingertips. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. If it feels okay, lift the chin and look up. And then come on down. And let's just take a couple of twists. Just catching the knee and looking over the shoulder. And then go back, catch the knee and look over the shoulder. And let's just keep moving. And just lengthening through, noticing how your back feels and how your neck feels as you turn. And just a couple more. And then if we settle, just let your hands face upwards, shutting your eyes and taking a nice calm deep breath in through your nose. And breathing out through your nose. Taking a long deep breath in. And breathing all the way back out. Taking a long deep breath in. Trying to deepen the breath each time. And breathing all the way back out. Okay, I'm going to work into a holding pattern. So taking a long deep breath in. And draw down your chin and holding on to your breath. And then raising your chin back up and breathing all the way back out again. Taking a long deep breath in. And gently dropping your chin down and holding on to your breath. And raising your chin back up and breathing all the way back out again. And this time take a longer, deeper breath in. And now breathe all of the way back out and empty out your lung space. Go right down to the bottom of your exhalation. Lower down your chin and hold the breath out. And raising your chin back up and breathing in. And one more time, breathing out. And go right down again to the bottom of your exhalation, holding the breath out, nodding your chin slightly. And then raising your chin back up, breathing in. And breathing out. And hopefully now you've got a little bit of a deeper breath coming in and out of your body. Let's breathe in to raise your arms high above your head. And as you breathe out, let's take a small rotation with your upper body. Breathing in as you bring it back to the middle. And again, breathing out, taking a little rotation with your upper body. Breathing in to bring it back to the middle. And breathing out, let's lower down your hands in front of you. Gently draw yourself up, find yourself back upon your heels and sit back. And if we can just caterpillar your fingers up towards the top end of your mat, spreading your fingers out wide. And as we draw the body along the ground, let's take a nice deep breath in, rolling down the shoulders and lifting your chin up. As you breathe out, let's come to a cat stretch, pulling up through the shoulders and rounding up through your back. Breathing in to take the head and tailbone away, and breathing out to sit all the way back. Breathing in as you draw the body to pull up and along the ground. Breathing out, let's pull up into a cat stretch. Round up through the shoulders, up into the middle of your back. Breathing in, head and tailbone away. And breathing out to sit back. Breathing in to draw the body up and along the ground. And now curling the toes. Breathing out and sending the hips back and the head down through your arms. Breathing in, drawing forwards to hold to a high plank. And breathing out, bend your knees and sit back upon your heels. Breathing in, let's pull the body up and along the ground. And breathing out, let's curl the toes and push on back. Breathing in, forwards to a high plank. Breathing out to bend your knees and sit back upon your heels. Breathing in as you draw the body along the ground. And breathing out to curl the toes and send the hips back. Breathing in, draw forwards to a high plank. And breathing out to bend your knees and sit all the way back. Breathing in to pull the body up and through. And breathing out to curl the toes and send the hips back. Breathing in, draw forwards to a strong plank. And breathing out, bending the knees and sitting back. Couple more times. Breathing in as you draw the body up and through. And breathing out, curling the toes and sending the hips back. Breathing in, forwards to a strong plank. Breathing out, bend your knees and sit on back. And one more time, breathing in, drawing the body up and through. As you breathe out, curling with your toes, staying in that downward dog and just treading it down. It's just working from one foot to the other, working your hips a little from side to side. Gaining the stretch all the way along the back of your legs, up and along into your lower back. And then leaving the heels back and walking your hands back and in towards your feet. And if we just take a hold of your elbows, draw your forehead down and just take a couple of sighs. A deep breath in, sigh on out and try to let the hamstrings release further. Deep breath in, sigh on out and just release the back muscles further. One more time. Deep breath in. And as you sigh out, letting go of your arms, and we'll bend the knees a little on the way up. Taking a deep breath in, coming all the way up to the top, clasping your fingers. And as you breathe out, pushing your way into a side body bend. Breathing in, let's come up. And breathing out again, pressing over into a lovely side body bend. Breathing in to come up, and breathing out, let's let the arms all the way back on down. Let's step on up to the top of your mat, bring your hands in towards your heart. As we breathe in, raising both arms. As we breathe out, let's dive the body on forwards. Breathing in, right leg, stepping back, releasing your knee to the ground and lifting your chin. Breathing out, let's step back and hold into a high plank. And breathing in, lower down to your knees, your belly and your chest. Breathing out, pressing on up into up dog, elbows in, shoulders down. And breathing in as you lower. Breathing out, pushing away from the ground to plank and back off into a downward facing dog. Breathing in, right foot stepping through, lifting the chin and releasing the toes back. Breathing out, left leg, stepping up and through, unfolding. Breathing in as you pull up through the belly and roll, gaze up to your thumbs. Breathing out, hands back to your heart. Breathing in, raising your arms. Breathing out, nice big dive on forwards. Breathing in, left leg, stepping back. Release your knee and lifting your chin. Breathing out, let's step back and hold into a strong plank. And breathe in, lower, knees, belly and chest. Breathing out, softly working that upward facing dog, just relaxing the lower end of your body. Breathing in as you lower, and breathing out, push away from the floor to plank, and back off into a downward dog. Breathing in, left leg stepping through, lift the chin, releasing the toes, and breathing out, right leg, lightly stepping through and folding. Breathing in as we unroll through the spine, gazing up to your thumbs, and breathing out, hands back in towards your heart. Breathing in, raising both arms. Breathing out, let's dive the body on forwards. Breathing in, right leg, stepping back. And just keeping the knee above the ground, pushing into your right hand and turning to the left. Let's look on up towards your thumb. And really stretching back here into the calf on your right leg. Try and relax the shoulders and take some deep breaths here in through your nose, out through your nose. And then if we let the knee back down and upon the floor. Now just coming up through the middle, raising your arms a little, pressing forwards, and take that hip flexor stretch into the right leg. Take a couple of breaths there, in through your nose, out through your nose. And then bringing your hands back down either side of your foot. Let's step the feet together behind you and come down upon the knees, the belly and the chest. Now coming into our half bow. So if we reach forwards with the left hand, reach around and taking your right ankle with your right hand. And here, tilting the pelvis a little, squeeze the back side, and if you can, lifting the knee on the right side a little. If it feels good to, raise also your left hand and your left leg. And we're just looking slightly ahead here. Breathe in through your nose, out through your nose, taking in that quad stretch. And then release softly back down, swapping the legs over. So tilting the pelvis a little, squeeze the back side, lift the thigh a little off the floor to gain the quad stretch. And then if you can, lifting also your right hand and your right leg. Breathe in through your nose, out through your nose. And then letting it all the way back down. Then taking the hands beneath your chin and lifting up the right leg, bending the knee, pointing the toe as you go over into a little twisted locust, sending the leg over and then coming on back. As you take the leg over, breathing out, point the toes, send the leg over, breathing in to draw back. And again, breathing out softly, releasing the leg over. If your back is a little tight, keep the leg a little bit straighter. It might feel nicer. If your back feels okay, maybe you can point the toe, and maybe you can send the leg up a little higher. If you sort of look over your shoulder, you might be able to see your toe coming into view. And then finishing off your last left leg. And then have your hands beneath your shoulders and gently, again, press that body up and away from the ground. Shoulders down, elbows tucked in. And then releasing releasing your body all the way back on down. Let's curl the toes, engage the core, breathing in, push up to plank, and breathing out into downward dog. Now for the next stretch, you might want to bring your hands and feet a little bit closer. I'm going to offer up that you take your right hand beneath and holding onto your left leg, be it the knee, the calf or the ankle, and then looking beneath your left armpit. So we're gaining this cross back body stretch and also a little bit of stamina work for your left arm. Let's swap the hands over, reaching beneath with your left hand, looking underneath your right armpit, and you're just holding on to the part of the leg that feels easy enough to reach onto today. And taking your hand back down to the floor. Stepping through with your right foot, releasing your left knee and lifting your chin. Stepping through with your left foot and folding in towards your knees. Take a deep breath in as you unroll through your spine, gazing up to your thumbs. And breathing out, hands all the way back down to your heart. Breathing and raising your arms. Breathing out, open the body and fold on forwards. Breathing in, left leg stepping back. Push down into the left hand, turn to the right. And again, waking up the hip flexors here a little, but also stretching deep into the back calf. And half turning, looking up towards your thumb. And then if we let the knee down upon the floor, and let's come up through the middle. And again, not pushing too far, too soon. Hips drawing forwards. Take a couple of breaths here into our hip flexor stretch. And then bringing your hands all the way back on down. Let's curl the toes and step the feet together behind you. And come on down to your knees, your belly and your chest. Okay, now working on a little reverse turn on your cobra. So if we set the feet about as wide as your mat, and if we bring the right arm across the front edge of your mat and left fingers to the floor, breathing and rising up onto your forearm, and then breathing out, glancing over your shoulder. So again, we want to try and keep the bottom part of the body as relaxed as possible if you can. So you might be able to see your left foot, you may be able to see both feet. Don't worry if you can't, they're still there. And then gently bring the body back round. Changing over, fingertips down to the right, breathing in, rising up. Breathing out, lengthening through the neck, looking over the shoulder. And coming all the way back around, hands beneath your shoulders, press on up into your up dog, trying to keep the hips on the ground if we can now. And then releasing all the way back on down. Okay, just pop on up onto your knees. Now I'm going to come in to thread the needle as a stretch. So I'm going to take the right arm beneath. Now the option here is also to take the right leg out to the side for an inner thigh stretch. Okay, so I'll leave that up to you. You can either just do the shoulder part, it's also a release for the lower back, or you have the right leg coming out to the side and the right arm coming beneath your body. And then you've got your elbow coming down to the floor if possible, but just doing your best, seeing where you can take it to today. And now let's bring the body back on up, changing sides, so lengthening out with your left leg if you're using it. But certainly the left arm can go beneath and we can lower the elbow, the shoulder down upon the floor. And then finding the rear shoulder stretch and a back release. your toes and pushing back off into a downward facing dog. Breathing in, left leg stepping through, lifting the chin, releasing the toes. And breathing out, right leg stepping up and through and folding. Breathing in as we unroll through the spine, gazing up to your thumbs. Breathing out, hands back to your heart. Okay, let's take a couple of our jump backs. Breathing in, raising both arms. Breathing out and diving your body on forwards. Breathing in, raise the gaze. And breathing out, step or hop back. Breathing in, either hover or come to the belly. Pulling forwards to roll up over your toes. Breathing out to roll high over your toes and gaze up to your navel. Breathing in, rounding your back, looking forwards, and breathing out, step or hop to your hands. Breathing in, lift the chin, and breathing out to fold deeper against the legs. Breathing in as we unroll through the spine, gazing to your thumbs. Breathing out, follow your hands back to your heart. Breathing in, raising both arms. Breathing out and diving your body on forwards. Breathing in, lift the chin. Breathing out, step or hop back. Breathing in, rolling up over your toes if you can, lifting your chin. Breathing out, rolling high over your toes, pull up through the belly, looking upwards towards your navel. Breathing in, up to your toes, look forwards. Breathing out, step or hop to your hands. Breathing in, lifting the chin. And breathing out, folding deeper. Breathing in to unroll through your spine. And breathing out, hands back to your heart. Then this time, bending your knees, coming in from fierce posture. Breathing in, raising both arms, looking up to your thumbs. Breathing out, let the body open. Breathing in, bend the knees, look up. Breathing out, step or hop back. Breathing in, rolling up over your toes, lifting the chin. Breathing out, rolling high over your toes. Place your left foot flat to the floor, stepping your right foot through to the top of your mat. Come up into preparation of warrior one. Breathing in, turning palms, open the chest. Breathing out, raising your arms and looking up towards your thumbs. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, hands back to the floor, step the feet back together behind you, Chaturanga Dandasana. Breathing in, rolling up over your toes. Breathing out, high roll up over your toes. Right foot flat to the floor, left foot stepping up through between your hands. Bring the body up, open the chest, lengthen through your fingers. Breathing in, turning palms. Breathing out, raising your arms, looking on up. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, hands back down either side of your feet. Step your feet back together behind you, Chaturanga Dandasana. Breathing in, rolling up over your toes. Breathing out, high, roll up over your toes. Breathing in, come up to your toes, round the back, look forwards. Breathing out, step or hop to your hands. Breathing in, lift your chin. Breathing out, fold a little deeper. Breathe in, bend your knees again, sit low into your heels, raise your arms, look up to your thumbs. Then breathing out, come all the way back out to standing, releasing your hands. Let's do that again, hands back in at your heart, take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, lower your hips back, keep your heels grounded, raising your arms into fierce posture. Deep breath in and out. Another deep breath in. And as you breathe out, open the arms, fold in against your legs. Breathing in, looking up. Breathing out, step or hop back. Breathing in to pull up over your toes, lifting your chin. And breathing out, rolling high over your toes. Place your left foot flat to the floor, right foot stepping through to the top of your mat, straight up into warrior one for me this time. Gazing up through between towards your thumbs or between your hands if you prefer. And deep breath in. As you breathe out, hands back down either side of your foot, step the feet back together behind you, hover, rolling up over your toes if you can. Breathing out to roll up high over your toes. Place your right foot flat to the floor, step your left foot through to the top of your mat, straight up into warrior one, gazing upwards towards your thumbs. Lower deep into that front knee. Strong breath in through your nose. As you breathe out, let's take the hands back down either side of your foot, step the feet back together behind you. Chaturanga Dandasana, breathing in, roll up over your toes. Breathing out high, roll up over your toes. Breathing in, rise to your toes, look forwards. Breathing out, step or hop to your hands. Breathing in, lifting your chin. And breathing out, folding deeper. Breathing in, bend the knees. Bring your arms around, gaze up to your thumbs. And breathing out, let's release all the way back out to standing. Okay, hands into your heart. Just slow down your breath maybe. Take a deep breath in. And all the way back on out. Okay, coming into our triangle sequence. Breathing and raising both arms. Breathing out, open the chest and fold the body forward. Stepping back with your left leg. Place your heel flat to the floor. And draw your right elbow upon your right knee. With one big sweep, draw forwards with your left arm, breathing in. And as you breathe out, bring it all the way back behind you. And just for a couple of breaths here, looking back over your shoulder, really lengthening your neck. So drawing your neck out from your shoulder. Tailbone tucked slightly under. Then release out your right arm. Let it come up so it lines up with your ear. Slide down if you can your right hand to the floor and come into a deep extended side stretch, but it's an inner thigh stretch, this one. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Let's let the arm drift around the front body, pushing hard through your right foot, coming into warrior two. So still staying lovely and long here. Tailbone tucked under, and coming a little bit deeper into that front knee. Hips drawn back, so your hips are in alignment with the long edge of your mat. And now let's just gently reach back, straightening your front leg and drawing your toes back into reverse warrior if you can. A nice deep stretch coming into the right hand side of your body, all the way around for your waist to your lower back. And then flatten your foot back down and come back on up to standing with straight legs. Bring your back heel a little bit closer in. Make the position a little more manageable. Tailbone tucked under again, and then pop the ribs across and slide to the right. Right hand coming down towards your right leg, and the left arm reaching upwards, long towards the ceiling. So we'd expect to feel here the stretch coming in along the left hand side of your body, around your waist, coming around into your lower back. Breathe in through your nose, out through your nose. And then we'll take a little bend to your right knee. Bring your left arm across and reaching either for your leg, your foot, or going beyond your foot. Taking your right hand either to your lower back or taking it up to the ceiling. And then, if all is well, straightening up your right leg and working into the reverse triangle. A nice deep breath here, in through your nose, out through your nose. And then bending your right knee, clasping your fingers back behind you into humble warrior. Dropping your head down, looking over towards your back foot. Feel the stretch coming up and around the top of your hamstrings, around the inner thigh, on that right hand, on the right leg. And now releasing your arms and taking, if you can, your right arm beneath your right leg and find the fingers behind your back. Preparation for bird of paradise. So we're going to walk back up your left foot so that your left foot is parallel to your right. Then weight bear down upon the left leg, looking forwards, and see if we can come back on up to standing today. And then if all is well, let's extend the leg out a little. And then bending the knee and coming gently back on down. Take both hands to the inside of your foot and step your left leg back. Rolling to the outside edge of your left foot and sliding your right leg in front. So from here, or you can place your foot on top, but coming into our side plank. So your foot can either be on top or it can be just slightly in front of your left foot. Okay, now bring your hand back down to the floor, and then I'm just going to work you through into fallen triangle too. So we're going to bring through the left leg, the right leg towards the left hand, and then bring your left hand up towards the ceiling. Take a couple of breaths in through your nose, out through your nose. And now let's step it all the way back into a downward facing dog. So placing your feet about hip distance apart, extending out through with your tailbone, pulling up through the belly beneath you. And then let's step through with your right foot, and this time bringing your left leg halfway up your mat. And as we come on up, squaring the hips off to the short end of your mat, reaching around for either a back prayer or taking a hold of your elbows. And then flying the elbows off the sides of your body, moving out of your waist, either holding halfway or lowering your chin towards your shin, or your heart towards your knee. Wherever you feel is good, whatever your hamstrings are happy to work with for you today. And then bending your right knee a little and start to bring your body forwards into warrior three, lifting up the left leg and pushing away through the heel. Trying to keep the hips facing downwards. And now drawing your fingertips down towards the floor. Now you can either stay here with both hands on the ground, or take your left hand back up again and turn your body out to the left, pointing the toes now on the back leg for your half moon balance. And then letting your hand back down, letting your leg back down and folding in towards your knees. Let's take a deep breath in and rolling through your spine, gazing up to your thumbs, and breathing out, hands back to your heart. We're going to take a couple of balances here, okay? So just releasing for a second. I want to work up into your tree posture, into eagle and flying pigeon today. So if you can work up your right foot, either to your calf or above your knee. Hands in at your heart, and then we're going to fix our gaze point upon something that doesn't move. And then slowly making your way up through the midline of your body, and maybe taking your right hand back behind your left. And now let's release both of your arms and slide your right leg to tuck around. Let's bring across your left arm and then take your right arm beneath and wrapping your arms up. And then if it feels okay to, let's draw the elbow down towards your knee. And then gently unraveling and taking your ankle halfway down your thigh, start to sit your body back, taking that stretch for your hips and your glutes here. Now, if you're feeling okay with this, you don't need your hands for balance, bring your hands in front. And then if you do want to tip down into a balance, hands come to the floor, you can take your toes around your tricep and just gently pick up the left foot from the ground. And then gently, let's bring the body all the way back on up. Release the leg and release the legs. Okay. Let's take a deep breath in, raising both arms. Breathing out, open the chest and fold on forwards. Stepping back with your right leg. And let's place down your left elbow to your left knee. Circle through with your right arm. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, letting that arm wrap back and around the back body. And just for a couple of moments here, a couple of breaths, lengthen out through the neck. Tuck the tailbone slightly under. And then releasing back your right arm. And if you can, bringing it up past your ear. If you can, bringing your left hand to the ground in front of your left foot. Coming into an extended side stretch. And again, keep going with the breath. In through your nose, out through your nose. And then we'll sweep that arm around the front body, push hard through your left leg, come on through into warrior two. Relax out the shoulders, roll the knee open, gazing along the centre of your left hand. And then let's push on back, straighten the leg, dig the heel in and draw your toes back. And then gently coming out into reverse warrior, looking on up towards your left hand as you reach it over, that long stretch coming all the way through from your armpit, down through latissimus dorsi to your waist. And then come on up, flatten your foot, keep your legs straight, and just bring your back leg a touch closer in. Tailbone tucked slightly under, and then pop your ribs over to the left, and then left hand coming down towards the left leg, right arm coming up. I'm going to take that deep stretch into the side body, looking on up towards your right thumb here. Triangle posture, Trikonasana. Take some lovely deep breaths. And now let's bend the knee a little as we draw round, taking down your right hand either to your leg, your foot or beyond, and then taking your left hand either to your lower back or to the ceiling, and then perhaps straightening back up with the left leg and looking up towards the ceiling or looking up towards your thumb. And breathe. Don't try not to hold your breath. And let's take a nice deep bend now into the left leg, clasping your fingers back behind you, tucking your head in, letting your shoulder fall towards the knee, looking towards your back foot, and coming into your humble warrior. Getting your shoulder girdle stretch in and around the upper back. Okay, now moving up a little, releasing your hands, taking your left arm beneath your left leg, if you can, finding the fingers behind your back. Then bringing back up your right foot so your feet are parallel at the top of your mat. Pushing hard into your right foot, and if you can, come on up to standing. And if all is well, shoulders are back, extending your leg a little. And then slowly making your way back down through that bent knee, stepping your right foot back and taking both of your hands to the inside of your foot. Roll to the outside edge of your right foot and slide your left leg either in front or on top and coming into side plank. Looking up towards your thumb if you can. Again, working your oblique muscles, your waist. And then coming back round into a downward dog. But now sliding through your left foot towards your right hand into fallen triangle. Back heel to the floor, raising your right arm, pulling up into your waist. And then bring your hand back down, stepping back off into a downward facing dog. And again, just take a couple of breaths, spreading your fingers out nice and wide. Okay, now let's step through with your left leg and bringing your right leg halfway up your mat. Bring the body up and let's square off again towards the short end of the mat, reaching around for either a back prayer or holding onto your elbows. Hips go back, trying to almost detach them from the upper body, and then moving out of your waist and either pressing forwards or staying upright. You know how it is for your body, so you're just going to go to the depth of the hamstring stretch that your hamstrings are very happy to hold you to. Wherever you get to, there's some lovely deep breaths. Keep sending oxygen to those muscles that are working really hard for you. And then we'll come on up, getting ready to come up into Warrior 3, lifting that back leg up and away from you, looking slightly beyond the end of your mat. And then releasing your fingertips to the floor, and either keep both hands down or remove the right hand back up to the ceiling, turn to the right, opening up into your half moon balance, pushing your way through with your toes. And now come all the way back round. Let's fold in towards your knees. Taking a deep breath in and rolling all the way back out to standing. And breathing out, hands coming back in towards your heart. Okay, let it go there for a moment. Relax out your shoulders. So coming up again, coming up into your tree posture. So let's slide up that left leg. Pressing the knee gently open, hands into your heart. Slide the fingers up through the midline of your body. And let's take the left hand behind the right, if you can, coming into another little shoulder girdle stretch. And let's release your arms. And let's slide across your left leg, bending the right knee a little. Let's draw across your right arm and take your left arm to hook underneath. And then if you can, gently rounding the back. So again, the back stretch, hip stretch, lots of stretch coming through the shoulders as well, into your eagle posture. And then as we come on up, getting ready for flying pigeon. So placing your ankle halfway down your thigh, sitting your body back, driving your hips backwards. If it's enough to stay with your arms open, stay here. If you want to bring your hands so that your elbows tuck beneath your shin, draw down. If you want to land into your hands, curling the toes around your triceps, looking forwards and just gently taking the right foot off the ground a little if you want to. And then pressing backwards, coming all the way back up to standing, extending the leg, and then taking it down again. All right, relax your arms, take some deep breaths in and out. Okay, so I'm going to move us towards the middle of your mat, taking us up and then down in for your crow posture. So if we come up into your tiptoes, by all means use your arms forwards to balance. And as you breathe out, let's lower the body carefully down. Okay, so if you have a crow practice, we can take it up If you haven't today, don't worry, okay? Just going through the motions, you'll still get a lovely back stretch. So if you take the hands slightly forwards of the body, soften at the elbows, and you've got options here. You can either take your knees to wrap around your triceps, looking forwards and then finding a little balance. Or if you've been doing that for a while and you want to go a little higher, parking your knees pretty much up into your armpits and then leaning it forwards, looking ahead, and then seeing if you can just bring the toes up off the ground. So you might be at the stage where you're just doing one leg at a time. That's okay. And if you can grip the ground with your fingertips, holding on almost to the floor. Alright, when you've had a little play, a little practice, come on down, we're nice and close to the floor, and take a seat. Okay, finishing off with just a couple of seated postures. If we bring in your right foot, so you can either bring your right foot and place it towards the inside of your left leg, or if you'd like to have a little look at how your half lotus is today, receiving the leg from underneath and placing it to the top of your left leg. So you're going to go above your quad muscle. I'll leave that up to you. So we can from here reach across with your right hand and reach around for the far side of your left leg. Or today we can come straight down towards the leg. Alright, so again, whichever feels better for you, folding forwards, head drawing downwards. And let's draw the body back on up. Okay, so my option next for you, you have your foot in, okay, but I'm going to look to bring up the left leg, and you can either have your right leg on top, okay, or it can go beneath your leg. So all depending on how that feels for you. If your foot is happy to stick up on top, bring it on top of your left thigh. Then from there, taking across your left arm, so your palm face is open and your back of your hand is towards the knee. And with your right hand, start to either tap the floor behind you, so you're reaching around, or reaching around and taking either your thigh, your t-shirt, or your big toe. And then we're looking up over your shoulder. And let's bring the body all the way back round. Let's release out the right leg and take in the left leg. So the left leg is either coming to the inside of your foot, or if you want to see if it will come up for a half lotus, go up from underneath, receive the leg up, and see if it will be happy to be there. Then from there we can reach across with either your left hand, reaching for the far side of your right leg, or you can come straight down through the middle, reaching down towards your foot or your leg, and dropping your head down. And then coming back on up. With the right leg now, folding it up towards you. And either taking your left foot underneath your right leg or on top. Okay, all again, depending on how that feels for you. Taking across your right hand, so the back of the hand goes to the front of the thigh. Reaching back and either reaching for the ground, holding onto your top, holding onto your thigh, or holding onto your big toe. And then looking over your left shoulder. let the legs loose. I'm going to bring us slowly down upon the floor. Option to take a shoulder stand and a plough. If you would prefer not to go up onto your shoulders today, then coming into happy baby and maybe a knee pull across the body. All right, but I'll cover all these bases for you. So slowly lowering yourself down and bending the knees up, feet on the floor. So if you're happy to try your shoulder stand today, taking your legs up towards the ceiling, using your palms by your side, gently peel the body up so that we can work the elbows close together and support the lower back and sending your toes upwards towards the ceiling. So feel that the neck is spacious. Try not to feel that your lower part of your neck is being squashed. And for those of you not working upwards onto your shoulders today, happy baby. So you remain on your back. You take your knees downwards towards the sides of your ribs and reaching around for your heels. And then working into a little inner thigh and back release. And just wherever you get it to today, lovely long deep breaths in through your nose, out through your nose. Now those of you who are in shoulder stand, taking your feet backwards behind you or knees coming towards your forehead and then clasping your fingers upon the ground behind your back. And if you're not taking your back off the floor, then what I say from here, straightening out your left leg, bringing your right knee across your body. And then changing to the left knee and bringing it across the body. And now, if you're in shoulder stand, gently bend the knees and place your palms flat down on the ground behind you and slowly lower your body back down to the earth. If you've been doing the cross body stretch, then just now separating the feet, taking your feet so they're about as wide as your mat, letting your palms face upwards towards the ceiling. And we're just going to take a couple of moments in relaxation. So taking a lovely long deep breath in and sigh, letting your body go. Again, deep breath in and sigh, letting your body go. And one more time, deep breath in and now closing the mouth and sighing deep into your body. And now just reflecting on how your body is going into its relaxation. Maybe a little bit of help out. So just think about letting your eyebrows raise a little, relaxing your mouth. Relaxing your shoulders. Relax your arms. Let them feel heavy. Relaxing your hands. Relaxing the muscles along the back of your body, from your shoulders to your glutes. Relax the muscles along the front of your body, from your shoulders to your hips and your belly. Relax your legs, and where your heels meet the earth, Just allow them to feel a little heavier. And if you need to at this point, maybe sigh again. Just letting go of that last 5% that we sometimes don't know why we're holding on to. And just allowing your body to let go of the practice. Then just gently starting to breathe in through your nose, out through your nose. And then starting to move your fingers a little, your toes. And then if you're ready to, making your way back to the earth with your feet, letting your knees rock a little side to side. Slowly taking yourself off to one side of your body and coming back up to your chosen seated position. Let's take a deep breath in, raising our arms high, closing your practice down now. As you breathe out, come down to your crown, your third eye, your throat, and your heart. And just finishing with a single arm. Feel free to join me or listen along. Deep breath in. Namaste. May you be happy, healthy and well. I hope you have a lovely evening.